On December 2, 2022, under the cover of night at Northrop Grumman's secretive Plant 42 in Palmdale, California, the U.S. Air Force pulled back the curtain on the B-21 Raider. Spotlights pierced the fog as the bat-winged bomber glided forward from its hangar. Its sleek gray silhouette could barely be seen even by the elite crowd of defense officials, engineers, and a smattering of journalists. Head-on views only were permitted, a deliberate choice to shield its contours from prying eyes and cameras. This wasn't theater. It was calculated opacity. For nearly a decade before, the B-21 had been a ghost in the Pentagon's classified ledgers, part of a special access black program where details were so compartmentalized that even congressional overseers griped about opacity. Named the Raider for the audacious do-little raiders of World War II, it embodied America's post-Cold War pivot to peer-level threats, surpassing China's rising navy and Russia's revanchist incursions. The world demanded a bomber that could slip unseen into the world's most defended skies. By November 2025, the veil had thinned just enough to glimpse its contours. 3 test aircraft are active. The first, dubbed T-1, has logged dozens of flights since its debut, validating its aerodynamics and systems at Edwards Air Force Base. The second, T-2, soared on September 11, 2025, escorted by an F-16 chase plane, expanding tests into mission systems and weapons integration. A third airframe supports ground trials, while production hums toward low-rate initial lots. 40 Raiders in various stages of assembly, 40% of the planned minimum fleet of 100. Yet much remains hidden. Exact RCS figures on its stealth, engine specifics, and AI integrations are locked behind non-disclosable agreements thicker than the Raider's radar-absorbent skin. This secrecy isn't paranoia, it's precedent. The F-117, Nighthawk's 1988 reveal came after years of rumors, and the B-2 Spirit's full profile was only leaked by Aviation Week in a 1988 stunt that still stings the B-21's rollout at night and truncated, learned those lessons, ensuring adversaries like China's J-20 designers get pixels, not blueprints. The Raider's birth traces to 2011's Long-Range Strike Bomber Initiative, a response to eroding U.S. bomber edges amid China's anti-access area denial webs of DF-21 carrier killers. And HQ-9 SAM's Northrop Grumman clinched the $80 billion engineering contract in 2015, outbidding Boeing Lockheed and promising a 6th-generation platform blending stealth, range, and adaptability. Unlike the B-2's ballooning $2 billion per unit costs that capped production at 21, the B-21 targets $692 million flyaway, leveraging F-35 supply chains for economies of scale. By 2025, a $4.5 billion infusion accelerates Lots 3 and 5, with CEO Kathy Warden eyeing doubled output by 2027. This isn't just a plane, it's a deterrent reborn, hidden to deny foes the chance to counter it before it breaches their airspace. The B-21's form factor is a tailless flying wing. This echoes the B-2 Spirit, but with refinements born of 3 decades hindsight. At roughly 132 feet wingspan versus B-2's 172, it's slimmer, lighter at 70,000 pounds empty weight, and 180,000 pound MTOW, optimized for mass production in Palmdale's Building 401, a fortress-like hangar where workers don RFID badges and pass retinal scans. Its skin is a composite sandwich of carbon fiber and space-age radar-absorbent materials, curves seamlessly, and scatters radar wavelength like rain on a pond. Early leaks suggest it's 10 times stealthier than the B-2. This all-aspect low observability defeats not just fire control radars, but even low-frequency search arrays, a leap from the B-2's frontal bias that left its exhaust plumes vulnerable from behind propulsion whispers of 2 Pratt & Whitney PW9000 derivatives, each yielding 25,000 pounds thrust, scaled F-135s from the F-35, and buried in serpentine inlets to mask turbine blades. The B-21 is comfortable staying subsonic with a Mach 0.8 cruise. It places endurance over speed, with a 6,000 nautical mile unrefueled range, enough to launch from Whiteman AFB, Missouri, strike Beijing, and return without tankers that betray positions. Compare that to the B-52 Stratofortress. That Cold War behemoth hauls 70,000 pounds over 8,800 miles, but screams on radar like a billboard ad. Its 8 engines effectively a thermal beacon for infrared missiles, and it is toast. The B-21, by contrast, sips fuel efficiently, its adaptive cycle tech promising 25% better mileage, turning transoceanic patrols into routine without the B-52's logistical tale of KC-46 refuelings. Cockpit innovations hint at the Raider's dual-role ethos. A two-seater like the B-2, but a leaked August 2025 memo from Global Strike Command's General Thomas Bussiere recommends one pilot and one weapons systems officer, eschewing a co-pilot for a mission specialist. This startling shift, per analysts, signals advanced AI, an electronic co-pilot handling airmanship during 30-plus-hour sorties, freeing humans so they can handle weapons and make moral decisions on electromagnetic warfare. The B-2's pilots juggle 1980s-era interfaces. The B-21's open systems architecture fuses AESA radar, electro-optical targeting, and off-board feeds into a panoramic display, blending roles like a B-1 speed with B-52's persistence. Secrecy cloaks the details. Digital twins simulate flights sans risk, but it's clear, the Raider isn't piloted. It's orchestrated. Stealth defined the B-21 from inception, but 2025 tests reveal a predator honed for 21st century denial. It evolves B-20 coatings, durable, self-healing polymers resisting rain erosion that plagued spirits and left them grounded for weeks post-mission. Narrower intakes and canted exhausts slash infrared signatures by 50%, per unconfirmed Edwards data. That would make it cooler than the B-2's detectable plumes. In a simulated Taiwan Strait clash, where China's YJ-12 missiles hunt at Mach 4, the B-21 ghosts past. Its broadband absorption foiled very high-frequency radars that snag B-2s at 100 miles. Comparisons illuminate its edge. Although a 1955 relic, the B-52 boasts unmatched payload at a massive 70,000 pounds but zero stealth. It's basically a flying barn, forcing standoff launches from afar. The B-1 Lancer is supersonic at Mach 1.2, but carries 75,000 pounds and sheds stealth with external bays, making it vulnerable to S-400s like those in Crimea Downing drones. The B-21 penetrates deep with 20,000-pound internal bays all concealed, 16 JASSMERs, 2 GBU, 57 massive ordnance penetrators, 30,000-pound bunker busters like the ones dropped in Iran against China's H-20. That's a nascent flying wing with rumored 5,000-mile range but unproven stealth. The Raider's AI-optimized shaping via computational electromagnetics ensures it spots the enemy first, turning bombers into ghosts that strike before sirens wail. This invisibility extends to electronic warfare. Integrated jammers spoof SA-20 batteries, as tested in 2025 simulations, while SIGINT pods vacuum emissions for real-time battlespace maps. The B-2 revolutionized with frontal stealth in Desert Storm, dropping 1,000 JDAMs undetected. The B-21 scales that to squadrons, its low observability enabling massed strikes where B-2's 21 airframe limit constrained ops. That's where the warfare stops being merely physical. It is now psychological. Hidden bays are the B-21's fangs. At 20,000 pounds capacity, it hauls precision death. Nuclear B-6112 gravity bombs or hypersonic ARRW missiles, fitting seamlessly without drag penalties. This isn't a threat, it's a death wish. The Raider's rotary launchers cycle munitions mid-flight, adapting to dynamic threats like mobile Iranian silos. In June 2025's Operation Midnight Hammer, B-2s dropped 14 bunker busters hundreds of feet underground. Yet there are next-generation penetrator upgrades for the B-21. Versatility shines in multi-domain ops. As a quarterback, it cues F-35 swarms via data links, designating for loyal wingman drones like the XRQ-73, extending reach without exposure. The B-2 excels in singular deep strikes, like 2011's Libya raids. The B-21's networked sensors scans 360 degrees, turns it into a high-altitude surveillance system, outpacing the E-3 Sentry's vulnerability. In exercises, it jammed simulated radars while feeding strikes to B-52s, blending stealth penetration with legacy standoff. The B-21's cockpit hints at a paradigm shift, optionally manned with AI handling autonomy in high-threat zones. General Bussiere's memo underscores this. A pilot flies and AI manages replans, reducing workload by 70% over B-2's manual fusion. Imagine a solo B-21 evading J-20 intercepts over the South China Sea, AI vectoring drone decoys while the human targets hypersonics, capabilities the B-52's 5 crew analog can't touch. This system of systems integrates NGAD fighters and CCAs, forming kill webs where one raider amplifies a squadron's lethality. The B-2, analog in avionics, requires post-mission data dumps. The B-21's open architecture swaps modules mid-life, future-proofing against unknown threats. But its secrecy breeds scrutiny. At a $203 billion life cycle, the B-21 dwarfs F-35 overruns, with classified unit costs fueling McCain-era barbs, yet 2025's $10.3 billion request for 2026 fiscal year yields efficiencies. Digital twins cut certification by 50%, sustainment to just $25,000 per flight hour. Half B-2's $135,000. Critics decry opacity post-F-35 hacks. Proponents counter its deterrence. China's H-20 lags years behind. Allies eye exports. Australia's 2024 think tank urged B-21 buys to plug gaps. Its 2,500-mile leg outranging F-35s sans refuel, but U.S. export controls keep it domestic for now. By 2040, B-21s will supplant B-1s and B-2s, potentially B-52s by 2050, forming a triad backbone with Columbia-class subs and Sentinel ICBMs upgraded with its cruise missiles, and hypersonic attack ensures relevance, its AI evolving to swarm command. The jet they hid now looms large, a silent sentinel in contested dawns, and the sky's the limit. Can the B-21 Raider maintain its stealth dominance for long? Tell us in the comments section below.